Okay, here we go. This one's going to get crazy now. Put a big fat star next to this one. In fact, let's put 2. This problem is going to present some confusion to us. Okay, so let's just get started on it. This thing in here is going to be our u. Okay, u is 2x minus 1. Our du is going to equal 2 dx. Now, in our original integral, we don't have a 2 dx left over. We have an x dx. Okay? So we need to turn a 2 into an x, essentially. So we're going to get that 2 out of there. We're going to divide it, as we saw in the previous 2 problems. So half du equals dx. Now, we need to account for this x right here. We basically have to rewrite x in terms of stuff about u. We can't get it through our du work. There's no way that we could get an x in that because we did the derivative already and the x disappeared. So we can't get an x back into that thing. But what we could do is take our original u expression and rewrite it so the x is solved for. So basically, u equals 2x minus 1. I'm going to solve for x in this. So u plus 1 equals 2x. And then I'm going to divide by 2. Now we have an expression for x in terms of u. This thing is now going to replace the x right there. Our goal is to rewrite all the x's in the original integral in terms of stuff about u. So instead of x right there, we're going to write this expression u plus 1 over 2. And instead of square root of 2x minus 1, we're going to write square root of u. And then instead of dx, we're going to write 1/2 du. Okay, so this piece right here, this piece right here, and the other boxed piece over here on the right corner are all going to go in our integral and replace all the stuff where we see x's. So let's rewrite this now, okay? So instead of x, it's u plus 1 over 2. Instead of radical 2x minus 1, it's radical u. And instead of dx, it's 1/2 du. Now we have a giant integral of stuff only containing u's. But we could do some algebra on this stuff and simplify it. So square root of u, I'm just going to erase this and write it as u to the 1/2 power. U to the 1/2 power. All right. This thing we're going to distribute there and there. So it becomes u times u to the 1/2 is u to the 3/2 plus u to the 1/2 over 2 times 1/2 du. Okay, so over 2 times 1/2, that really just becomes over 4. So it becomes u to the 3/2 over 4 plus u to the 1/2 over 4 du, which now this is really just a basic integral. If we just split it up into parts, it's 1/4, I'm just getting all dots everywhere, I don't know. It's 1/4 u to the 3/2 plus 1/4 u to the 1/2 du. Now that's just a basic integral we know how to do. U to the 3/2 becomes u to the 5/2 over 5/2 times 1/4 in the front plus u to the 3/2 over 3/2 times 1/4 in the front plus c. Running out of space here. This is a giant problem. Simplify all those fractions. Becomes 2/20, which is really 1/10, I believe, quickly in my head. So u to the 5/2 over 10 plus u to the 3/2 over 6 plus c when you simplify all those fractions. And then finally we plug back in for our u. U equals 2x minus 1, so this final answer is u to the 2x minus 1 over 10, raised to the 5 halves plus 2x minus 1 to the 3 halves over 6 plus c. There's a little typo there. That should be 3 halves. Final answer. Wow, I'm spent. Gonna take a nap now. Bye, everyone.